Here's number 2. Learn to take advantage of the spring. Spring means opportunity, and we have a fresh spring happening right now. It's a spring like no other, an opportunity like no other just for you. But here's the crucial point. Spring is not a guarantee of a harvest in the fall at autumn harvest time. Here's what you must learn to do, and if you're taking notes, underline these 2 words: take advantage. Take advantage of the spring. Don't be fooled by spring just because the nice weather has arrived and it looks like everything will be better now that winter has finally passed. I'm telling you that alone won't do it. Just because spring is here, it won't magically happen for you. You have to seize it with your own 2 hands and take advantage. Read the books, study the tapes, go back through your notes, and get ready to cash in on the spring. And there's a sense of urgency here. Why? Because spring doesn't last that long. It's called take advantage of the spring for a reason. There's an urgency because how many springs do you get in a lifetime? Not very many. Life at its longest is brief. The Beatles wrote, "Life is very short." For John Lennon, it was extra short. For Michael Landon, it was extra short. But it is short. There's an urgency here. Don't waste your springs. Don't just let them pass by, hoping time will pass. Last year, it was seize the moment. And I'm asking you now this season to seize the spring opportunity. You have a new organization starting, seize the spring. You have a new distributor, seize the spring. You have a new life situation, seize the spring, take advantage of it. Don't let it pass without giving it the best of your 2 hands and your full attention. Nourish and protect in summer first, learn how to handle the winter. Second, take advantage of the spring. And number 3, in the summer, learn to nourish and protect. We face some major challenges in summertime. One is to nourish our values. Take care of them, feed them, don't let them go hungry or wanting for nourishment and care. Then, here's something else we've got to do in the summer: defend ourselves against our enemies. Summertime is a unique period. It's a time of opportunity, but it's also a time of challenge. Whatever threatens you, I'm asking you to threaten it back. Take care of your responsibilities, but don't tolerate anything from anyone. If someone tries to destroy your chances for a good future with their negative talk, negative thinking, or putting everything down, I'm telling you, walk away if you have to. Whatever threatens your opportunity, threaten it back. Now, some of our enemies are external, but here's the most important thing to understand: some of our enemies are internal. Let me give you a quick list. Indifference. You have to battle your own indifference. Boy, it's easy to coast, especially if you've accomplished something extraordinary. Someone might say, I need to relax. Here's the key: not too long. Weeds will take over everything you plant if you rest too long. Don't rest too long. Indecision. You have to make those decisions. The ones that don't turn out well give you experience to make better ones. Don't let much time go by without making some decisions. The ones you can make quickly, make them quickly. The ones that take time, take your time, but get those decisions made. Don't let indecision be an enemy that robs you of your future, empties your bank account, or leaves you with nothing in your purse. Don't let that happen. Doubt. Sure, there are doubts outside. People doubt if America will make it, if Europe will make it, if Russia will make it, if Poland will make it, if Czechoslovakia will make it. They doubt if the whole world will make it, but I'm asking you not to pick up all those doubts. I'm asking you to have some faith, have some courage, and believe. Drive your doubts into a small corner. Don't let them loose like a mad dog to drive you into a small corner. Don't doubt the future. Don't doubt the possibilities. Don't doubt the extraordinary gifts that your distributors bring to your organization. Don't doubt that. Here's the most important one of all: don't doubt yourself. If I have miracle, working power to change my life, so do you. If I have the ability to change, so do you. If I have the ability to read, so do you. If I can discover, so can you. If I can grow, you can grow. If I can develop, you can develop. If I can get an invitation like I did 6 years ago to help take something around the world, so can you. If I can stand on this platform, an Idaho farm boy raised in obscurity, so can you. If the millionaire team can do it, if the president's team can do it, walk off with the diamonds and the trophy, so can you. I'm asking you, don't sell yourself short. We haven't sold you short. That's why Mark, Larry, and Dr. Castle and I have decided to invest a big share of our lives these 4 days in being with all of you. If we didn't think you were worth it, we wouldn't have showed up. We don't need to conduct another meeting. We don't need to walk on another stage. We don't need to get up early like we do. We don't need it. Except for the challenge and the opportunity to invest in this many people's lives. Who wouldn't get up early to have a chance to work miracles and invest in this many people's lives and help turn the world upside down for better nutrition, called Herbalife? The power of ambition. To a lot of people, ambition is kind of a mystery. The dictionary says it's an eager desire for distinction, power, or fame. But what does that really mean? Well, let's start with the word eager. All by itself, eager is kind of exciting. Kids are eager for their birthday parties. They expect to be the center of attention, get lots of presents, and eat too much. I guess grown-ups are eager for birthdays too, unless, of course, they're embarrassed that the number of candles on the cake outnumbers their achievements. But we can be eager to see a ball game, eager to see our kids in a dance recital, eager to see an old friend, eager to shop for a new car. Eager sounds like a lot of fun. But do you ever hear people say they are eager to live a better life, eager to have a better family, eager to make a lot of money? Probably not, and that's a problem because as I see it, living a better life, having a better family, and making a lot of money takes an eager desire. We have the remarkable ability to get exactly what we must have, but there is a difference between wishes and desires. We've all heard people say, "Oh, I wish I could just drop 5 pounds, I want to be a little lighter." And we've probably said it ourselves, especially after a big holiday dinner of turkey and home-made pie and every other thing we can possibly stuff ourselves with in one 8-hour period. And even though we may wish we could breathe a little easier in our clothing, we have to have the desire to exercise a little more and eat a little less. The "I wish I could lose weight" has to become "I have the eager desire to lose weight." I'm also sure you've heard people talk about wishing they had more money to pay the bills, or take a vacation, or just to take a little pressure off of life. But before their lifestyle can change, their wish needs to become a desire. If they really desired change, they wouldn't spend their evenings just watching TV and wishing they were doing something more. The backbone of an eager desire to change is discipline. True ambition is disciplined, eager desire. It's that little part within us that says, if I want to be ready for that meeting tomorrow, I need to finish preparing for it today. If I want to make sure I can pay for my kids' college education, I need to start saving today. If I want a better life tomorrow, I need to start working on it today. Ambition is a minute-by-minute, day-by-day mentality. To have the ambition to work towards a better family life, a newer car, a bigger house, a financially secure future, you have to live it every moment. If living a successful life was easy, I'm sure more people would be successful. If just being ambitious was enough, I'm sure all of the broke and perplexed people in the world wouldn't be broke and perplexed. While most people spend most of their lives struggling to earn a living, a much smaller number seem to have everything going their way. Instead of just earning a living, this smaller group is busily working at building and enjoying a fortune. Everything just seems to work out for them, and here sits the much larger group wondering in awe how life can be so unfair, complicated, and unjust. The power of dreams. So, what's the major difference between the little group with so much and the larger group with so little? Despite all the factors that affect our lives, like the kind of parents we have, the schools we attended, the part of the country we grew up in, none has as much potential power for doing good as the ability to dream. Dreams are a projection of the kind of life we want to lead. Dreams can drive you. Dreams can make you skip over obstacles. When we allow our dreams to pull us, they unleash a creative force that can overpower everything in our way. To unleash this power, though, your dreams must be well-defined. A fuzzy future has little pull power. Well-defined dreams are not fuzzy, wishes are fuzzy. To really achieve your dreams, to really have your future plans pull you, your dreams must be vivid. One of the issues Mr. James dealt with in his lifetime was what it means to be a success, a significant person. After years of pondering this question, William James described success as a combination of two things: an inner ideal which is followed persistently with courage, outer achievement related to that ideal. Let's go back to number one, an inner ideal which is followed persistently with courage. I take that to mean defining a goal and having the resolve to complete it no matter what. I'll do it or die. Promise yourself you'll read the books until your skills change. Go to the seminars until you get a handle on it. Do it until it makes sense. Practice it until you've got it right. Don't give up until you get where you want to be, however long that is. Step by step, piece by piece, book by book, seminar by seminar. Do it until. Until is a very important word. It's magic. It means that you'll never give up. Don't miss the chance to grow, to pay the price until you learn, change, and grow. You'll discover some of life's great treasures when you pay that price. William James' second part to success dealt with the outer achievement related to that ideal. You need both aspects to really be a success. But what Dr. James realized about his philosophy of success was that the first part is indeed more important than the second. As long as you're working toward your inner goal, your dream, then success is possible. But once you give up your inner vision, then you can never become successful. You never will become successful until doesn't even matter then. Now, maybe the person who's been working on a project for 10 years can be successful in his own right if he's honestly working toward it, doing everything to make himself worthy of reaching the dream, truly happy with where he is, doing it until, then maybe he is a success. It's a personal thing, going for it one step at a time, going for small accomplishments along the way for however long it takes. So let's think about this for a moment. What outside evidence or results or proof can be seen when you accomplish your goals one step at a time? You'll start to see things change around you. Little things, not major things, but little everyday things. Things you may not even notice unless you are paying attention. If you're one of those who'd rather stay up late and get up late, only to discover that your workplace doesn't fit your schedule and you roll out of bed cursing the alarm clock every morning, maybe you could start with the little change of going to bed half an hour earlier than normal. And maybe you'll see in time, of course you can't train your body overnight, that you jump out of bed in a better mood, that your day will start better and that you'll get more done. And that the people around you who used to cause you problems aren't so hard to work with after all. It all starts by making one little change and adding to it every day. You see, you can't change what's going on around you without first changing what's going on within you. Start changing how you look at mornings and sure enough, people will start changing how they look at you. When you start changing how you think, how you act, how you treat others, how you treat yourself, when you start responding instead of reacting to life, life will start responding to you. I'm telling you that you can do it with your lifestyle, you can do it with your sales career, you can do it with your management career, you can do it with any part of your life. You cannot believe what can happen in such a short period of time. So you ask yourself, what small changes can I start making today? Well, you can start in your car on your way to work if you're sitting in highway stop and go traffic moving at about 15 miles per hour tops. Go ahead and look at the person sitting next to you and offer them a smile, a thumbs up, or even a friendly wave. Some folks might find it a bit odd, but you know what? You'll feel better for it. And tomorrow, when you head into the office, why not greet the people at the front desk with a big, cheery hello? Do the same for everyone you cross paths with on your way to your workspace. Then, tonight, when you finally get home, instead of collapsing on the sofa, give your spouse and kids big, warm hugs. You'll discover that when you start with these small gestures that make others happy and brighten their day, they truly add up to something significant. So, what happens when you begin to take charge of your own personal happiness, your own life? Do you think these seemingly small actions will make a difference in achieving your goals? You bet they will. You can't do it alone. You can't truly be successful by yourself. It's hard to find a rich hermit, right? The truly ambitious person understands that each of us needs all of us. You might have single-handedly finalized the company's marketing plan, completed the sales projections, or even written the mission statement for the coming year. But even if you did all of that on your own, you really had the help of everyone around you who tolerated and supported your need to be undisturbed, or who provided you with services during the project. Perhaps you should thank those people every once in a while with a dinner certificate or a bouquet of flowers. After all, without your support team, you probably wouldn't be where you are today. You can't be successful by yourself, so thank them. Let those around you know just how important they are to you, be it your office personnel, your family, or your friends. A thank you goes a long, long way. You don't have to worry about the winds that will most certainly blow around you, the obstacles, or the negativity that will stand in your way. You don't have to worry about what other people will say. You just have to keep your mind focused on your course. Those winds may blow fast and furious, but if you know your path, if you know where you're going, they will actually help push you toward the dreams, goals, and treasures you've already decided you're going after. Your goals will propel you forward ahead of any stormy weather. There are some truly amazing people around us today, people we can learn from. People who have already braved the storms and come out on top. People who are still alive today. People who started with nothing and ended up with something great. Famous people, not so famous people, maybe even people you know but whose stories you haven't heard. These are individuals who had an early vision and ambition. People who turned their focused dreams into the reality of success. One of my friends tells this story about her dad. She thinks he's a bit cheap, and she gives him a hard time every time they go to one of those all-you-can-eat places because he truly eats all he can eat until he can't move, until he needs something for indigestion. But she knows where he came from, his history, and she understands exactly why he is the way he is. He eats all he can because he was raised in an orphanage, a place where you had to grab all you could or you'd go hungry. But the real story behind her father is that he made himself a millionaire with nothing more than a dream. He watched his own father drown when he was 4, was taken away from his mother a few years later and put into an orphanage because he was so bad, raised by other people, strangers. After growing up in foster homes, he decided to go out on his own. He barely finished high school, but he found a job as a vacuum cleaner salesman. He did well, really well, but the woman he loved didn't want to marry a vacuum cleaner salesman, and he really didn't want to be one either. So, he went to college, went on to medical school, really prospered. He led a tremendously successful life as a radiologist and is now retired, goes fishing, rides his Harley. Stories of success are all around us everywhere. Take the time to talk to these people or read their stories. You might learn something invaluable. You might find out that they have already traveled the path you are now on. Many of these people have written books about their journeys. These books tell their stories and offer the secrets that we can all learn from. Let's say you decided to take a trip, just a short one, maybe for a weekend. Let's say you want to go away to a place you've never been before. Wouldn't you want to find someone who had been there? Ask them a few questions. What's the best way to get there? The safest route, the quickest route, what do I need to bring to be totally prepared? What fun things should I look for along the way? What dangers do I need to avoid? By talking with someone who has already been there, it will make your trip that much more enjoyable. It's the same thing with life. By listening to those who are farther along in the journey you are interested in taking and learning from their successes and failures, you just might pick up something that will make your journey that much better. Listening to the stories of others can be motivating, captivating. They can provide that extra push you've been looking for. They can demonstrate what the power of ambition is truly all about. They've been there, their knowledge is valuable. And when you use that knowledge and motivation to take action, you'll gain momentum. Eventually, you will find that the key to motivation, true motivation, is right there inside you. You won't have to look elsewhere to get pumped up, turned on, or charged up. With the right knowledge behind you, you will learn how to motivate yourself. With the right knowledge, you will find yourself becoming inspired on your own. And in order to move forward, you must be motivated, inspired, and ambitious. You must have dreams and goals that create ambition, good ambition, positive ambition. Now, ambition does not mean being greedy. It does not mean being selfish. It does not mean getting ahead at the expense of others. Ambition is not greed. Ambition is not avarice and all-consuming desire for wealth. Ambition is not hoping you can win at the expense of others. Do you suppose Judas was ambitious? He ended up with 30 pieces of silver, a fortune in those days. Was Judas successful because he had all that money? No, Judas sold out. Was Judas happy when it was all over with? No, the money didn't make him happy. What he did to get the money certainly didn't make him happy. What Judas became in the pursuit of his fortune caused him to end his own life. What drove him was not ambition. Ambition is an eager desire to achieve, an eager desire to get ahead in life, to do more for your family, to prosper in health, wealth, and relationships. Now, desire does not always translate into ambition. Desire is what you want for yourself: a bigger house, a better car, a fatter bank account, a better life. I desire to have these things. Ambition is how you get there. Desire is sometimes healthy, desire is sometimes unhealthy. Desire might say, I want the tallest building in town. The destructive side of desire might urge you to tear all the other buildings down. I guess that's one way to do it. You might get away with tearing down the first one and maybe the second one, but in your desire to tear them all down, sooner or later some guy is going to be standing out in front of his building, saying, I'm onto you, get out of here. And pretty soon you're no longer known as a builder, you're known as a destroyer. Now, the second way to have the tallest building in town is to see it, dream it, and plan it. Then put your team on it, work on it, go through all of the steps to get there. Do it right. Have the ambition to be the owner of the tallest building in town and go through all of the right steps to get there. If you really want it and have the skills to do it and the patience to weather all of the storms, your ambition will lead you there. We get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. Now it takes time to bring value to the marketplace. However, we do not get paid for time, so we cross that out. Mistakenly, the man says, I'm making about $20 an hour. Not true. If that were true, you could just stay home, right, and have them send your money. So that's not true. We don't get paid for time. We get paid for value brought to the marketplace. Now, since that's true, here's one of the key questions of my talk to you today. Is it possible to become twice as valuable to the marketplace and make twice as much money in the same amount of time? Is that possible? The answer is yes. Could you become 3 times as valuable as you might be right now to the marketplace and make 3 times as much money in the same time? And the answer is yes. 5 times, 10 times, of course. America is unique. It's a ladder to climb. It starts down here, let's say at $5 an hour, and it keeps going up. The top income last year was $80 million, the guy who runs Coca-Cola. Now, that's a heck of a ladder. That's why everybody wants to come here, right? The boat people are not headed for Vietnam. People haven't plotted and schemed for 50 years saying, if I could just get to Poland, everything would be okay. Not true. Everybody wants to come to America, and the reason is because we've got the best wind ever blowing in our favor. We've got the best economic opportunity anybody's had in 6,500 years, and all you have to do is understand it and take advantage of it. Now there are some key questions to ask here. Why would the marketplace pay someone only $5 an hour? Very simple answer, they're not very valuable to the marketplace. Now we must underline to the marketplace. This person might be a very valuable brother. Yes, a valuable member of the family. Yes, a valuable member of the church, of course, a valuable citizen of the country. Yes, valuable in the sight of God, no doubt we're all of equal value in the sight of God. But if you're not very valuable to the marketplace, you don't get much money. You say, well, it shouldn't be that way. Well, then you've got to start your own country. You know, this one's been in process for 200 years, and this is the best we've been able to come up with so far. But here's the key, you don't have to stay here. Now, there was a big debate in Congress last year that this $5 was not enough, should be $6, should be $6, should be $6. But we don't need legislation. $6 is already on this ladder, the next step up. You know, if you work for McDonald's, they'll pay you $5 an hour to take out the trash. If you whistle while you take out the trash, they'll pay you $6 an hour. So we don't need that legislation, you just need to take lessons on how to whistle and have a good attitude. Now, as you begin to climb this ladder, why would the marketplace pay some people $50 an hour? Answer, evidently, they must be more valuable to the marketplace, 10 times more valuable. And is that possible for someone to be 10 times more valuable and earn $50 an hour instead of $5? And the answer is yes. That's what America is all about. Now, why would the marketplace pay some people $500 an hour? Evidently, this person must be much more valuable to the marketplace. That's what's important to understand, to the marketplace. And would the marketplace pay one person $80 million for 1 year's work? And the answer is, of course. If you helped a company make $1 billion, would they pay you $80 million? I'm telling you, it is possible, and that's why America is so exciting. That's why this financial ladder is so exciting. It's possible for all of this to come true for all of you, no matter where you start. As a student in school, just getting started out there in the workplace, this is all possible for you. Now, Mr. Shelf gave me the clue on how to climb this ladder as high as I wanted to climb. Now, we're talking primarily economics here. There are a lot of other ways to become valuable to your family, valuable to your friends, valuable to the community, valuable to the team, right? Valuable to the team effort, valuable to the concert. But here's what he said to me in climbing this ladder economically. All you have to do is work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Once I heard that, it made sense to me. I kept hoping that everything else would change around me. I found out that if I went to work on myself, worked on my skills, worked on my language, if I became better than I was each year, if I grew in skills and language and vocabulary and competence, then I would become attractive to the marketplace. Not very long ago, a company called me and said, Mr. Rohn, we're expanding internationally. We'd like to have a bit of your expertise to help us. Would you give us a bit of your time? We'll add some millions to your fortune. And I said, okay. And I thought later, isn't that interesting? They would call me. Then my second thought was, of course they'd call me. Who else would they call? I can get the job done. Now, what a contrast for me. A farm boy from Idaho, raised in obscurity, parents of modest means, broke when I was 25. How come I would get a telephone call and someone offered me a lot of money to help them in expanding around the world? Simple answer, evidently, something happened to me between age 25 and where I am today, and I can tell you where it all started, from my teacher, Mr. Shelf, who said to me, "We don't have to change what's going on out there, that's the wind that's blowing. All we have to do is change what's going on in here." And now there are several ways to do that on personal development. Let me give you those ways. Here's the first one: we must learn from personal experience. Pretty simple. Learn from what happens to you. Take a look back over the last few months. Did you make some mistakes? How could you correct those for the future? Take a look back over the last year. Have you done it right or done it wrong? Let's correct it for the next year. Learn from your personal experience. Mr. Shelf asked me when I first met him. He said, "Mr. Rohn, how are you doing? You've been out there now 6 years." And I said, "I'm not doing very well." He said, "I suggest you not do that anymore." What a simple, swift analysis to my situation. He said, "If you keep doing it, the next 6 years will be like the last 6. You don't want that to happen. Let's make the changes." So, learn from your personal experience. Now, here's number 2, why I came to share this video experience with you today, and that I call it OP, other people's experiences. That's me, other people. That's your teacher, other people. That's your friends and colleagues, other people, the people you meet that can pass along to you their experiences, what's happened to them, the mistakes they made, how they corrected them, how they changed their health and changed their bank account and changed their income and changed their future. That's it, other people. Now, there are 2 kinds of people to learn from. One is failures. It's too bad failures don't give seminars, right? That would be valuable. Bring your notebook, have them tell you how they lost it all and threw it all away, threw their health away and threw their friendships away, and things didn't work out. Well, that would be valuable. But now then, we must also learn from positive people that have done well. They've got the health, and so we ask them, "How did you become so healthy?" They've got the skills, so we ask them, "How did you become this skillful?" They've got the income, so we ask them, "How did you get here in such a short period of time?" So now here's what's important in personal development in learning from other people. We learn number 1 by observation. We learn what we see. We watch people that are successful in what they do. In sports, we watch their disciplines. In business, we watch their disciplines by observation, what we can see. The reason I created this video is something that you could see, someone's experiences translated for you. Second, we learn by what we hear. I've got some of my lectures on cassette tape, so you can take them with you wherever you go and learn by listening. Turn your car into a mobile classroom and then listen to the sermon on Sunday morning, listen to the lectures. Listen to the teacher. Listen to someone who's got something good to say. And then number 3 is vitally important on personal development, and that is read all the books. All the books you can possibly read in your lifetime. Mr. Shelf got me started on my library. I've got one of the better libraries. I haven't read everything in it, but I feel smarter just walking in it by library. At least I was smart enough to buy it. Now I got to be smart enough to read it. Then, of course, I got to be smart enough to decide what's valuable and then do it. But this one is very important. Become a good reader. Some books that helped change my life: Mr. Shelf recommended, of course, the Bible. And my parents made sure I was a pretty good scholar by the time I was 18. That's been so beneficial for me, drawing from those illustrations, reading about those stories, people who made it and people who didn't make it, and what the difference was. And then other books that helped to really change my life, one called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and then a book that helped me become financially independent by the time I was 31, and that book is called The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. And I'm going to share a little bit of that book with you when I get to financial independence today, our third subject. But I started reading the books, attending the classes, making sure that I got in front of people that had something good to say. And then I started keeping a journal. One of the major things my teacher taught me was to keep a journal. He said, "Don't trust your memory. If you hear something good, just make a little note and write it down." Now, at first I took, notes on pieces of paper and torn off corners and backs of old envelopes, and it didn't serve me well, thrown in a drawer. Then I learned to keep a journal, a bound copy of all my notes, so I would suggest you do the same. Things that impress you, a poem that impresses you when you attend a class, some of the ideas that impressed you. Jot them down. You read something in a magazine, write some ideas, take those out, put them in your journal. Keep a good journal the rest of your life. This will serve you well. My journals make up a significant portion of my own library. And if you saw my library and saw my journals, I tell you what you'd have to say, "This is the library and these are the journals of a very serious student." No wonder Mr. Rohn is invited to lecture and speak on his experiences around the world. So I want the same thing to happen to you. Value captured that you can resort to later, go back over it and review it and let it become valuable to you. So that's my first subject, personal development. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Develop the skills, learn the lessons, take the classes, absorb all that is being taught to you these days. And then later on, of course, you can sort it out, what's valuable to you and how to refine it for your business and for your life and for your future. But the main thing is to get it and start this process of personal change, personal development, and let me say it one more time, if you will change, everything will change for you. You'll never be the same, you'll keep growing. As you look back on a few months, look back on a few years, you won't believe the progress you can make economically, your relationship with your family, your friends. And whether you're in sports or economics or whatever, I'm telling you that whole process of committing yourself to personal change, personal value, can really make your life unique and worthwhile.